So I'm listening to the Audible version of this book, Social, by Matthew Lieberman, psychologist at UCLA. And apparently a feeling of belonging really increases student performance in school, while on the contrary, feeling of being bullied or ostracized or just feeling social pain really reduces student performance in school. So just wondering off the top of my head if you could increase, say, in-group education, whether that would reduce feelings of social ostracism, increase feelings of social connection, and reduce incidents of bullying. So I went to private schools when I was growing up. Through 9th grade, never had any bullying. First bullying I encountered was when I entered public school in 10th grade. So I'm also wondering if, say, groups who physically develop quicker, are bigger, stronger than other groups, if they're more likely to commit bullying. And so I'm just thinking that stronger in-group educational systems, so allowing people to naturally segregate themselves, right? So the opposite of forced busing, the opposite of forced integration. But if you just allowed people to naturally segregate themselves, you'd have more feelings of in-group cohesion, social acceptance, less social pain, less bullying, leading to dramatically increased social performance. So some kids, like the examples in this book, up through 5th grade, they loved academics, did their best. Then when they started junior high in 6th grade, they realized that to be socially accepted, they couldn't come across as smart. So what if you're able to naturally self-segregate to an in-group in which there was no prejudice or social price to pay for being smart, right? Then kids wouldn't feel the need to sabotage themselves. Right? If we just allowed tracking, so the smarter kids get to segregate with the other smart kids. Smarter kids aren't going to engage in a lot of physical bullying. There's not going to be the social pain and ostracism that comes with doing well. So there's the Mirman School here in Los Angeles. I think it's located on Mulholland Drive, just west of the 405 freeway. I think every kid to get in there has to have a minimum IQ of 145, have a psychiatrist sign off that you tested over 145 IQ. And there's not a lot of bullying there, right? A lot of Hollywood celebrities try to get their kids in there, and they couldn't because they really do stick to the 145 IQ. I think Will Smith tried to get his kids in there, but it's not going to happen if the kid doesn't test over 145. So when you allow tracking, when you allow natural segregation, right, then people are more likely to have things in common with their other students. They're going to feel more comfortable letting their natural gifts blossom, and they're going to get to avoid the bullying and the beat downs, which is a tremendous pain that people can carry with them through life. They don't have to pretend to be dumber than they really are. So, a lot of wonderful things about civil rights legislation, but it has destroyed community cohesion, freedom of association. Forced busing has destroyed communities, schools. So, there's a wonderful school, public school, 90035, and when it was overwhelmingly a Jewish school, Hamilton High School, all right? Very great academics, social cohesion, very little bullying, with very high levels of achievement, high levels of social acceptance. Then they started forcefully busing and desegregating. Then he started having fights, bullying, drugs, violence, disruption, destruction, and the opportunities for a good education were just destroyed. So things that gain for some groups, all right, they cost other groups. I mean, when you just hear individual stories of the price paid for being bullied, and the social ostracism and the incentives to appear less intelligent than you really are, like, oof, this is not a good way to go. So junior high is when a lot of this starts. Like, apparently American students are least happy when they start going to junior high. So prior to 6th grade, right, they had the same teacher for all their classes, but starting in about 6th grade, junior high, they start going to different teachers, different subjects who don't know them as well. And you have a much more diverse student body often, bigger school, more bullying.
Oh, yeah. I'm just no, it's really like
and American students, by and large, they have about the most negative view of junior high of any students in the first world, according to this book, Social, by Matthew Lieberman. So a lot of people move to where there are good schools. Good schools mean they get to be with people who are more like themselves, more in-group identity.